the River Road Unitarian Universalist Congregation. My name is Adrian Graham, and I am honored to serve as Director of Congregational Life and your worship associate for today. If this is your first time here in person, we welcome you. We hope you will stop by the welcome table so we can get to know you and get connected. For those watching live on YouTube, please feel free to join in the chat with our online host. If you are watching this at a later date and have questions, please visit our website to learn how to connect with us. I have a few announcements to share with you this morning. The Transforming Hearts Responding to the Anti-Trans Movement class begins the Wednesday after the bazaar. That's Wednesday, November 19th at 7 p.m. on Zoom. Sign up through Realm or by using the link in the eWeekly. Reverend Connie will be offering a Sources of Our Faith class on Saturday, November 22nd, and information about that will be in the next eWeekly. We hope that you will sign up for that. Likewise, the following day on Sunday, November 23rd, I will be offering a Newcomers and Inquirers chat after worship, and information will be in the upcoming eWeekly as well. This time of year can be particularly challenging for those of us who are without family or perhaps new to the area, and so Reverend Connie and I will be hosting a Friendsgiving meal here on Wednesday, November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving, and registration will be available immediately following the service when I get to my office and press click on the registration, and a formal announcement will be in this week's eWeekly as well. And now I would like to invite the search committee to come forward for a special announcement, followed by an announcement from Reverend Connie.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Unsolicited endorsement for the trans workshop. It's really, really good, so sign up for that. Hi, everyone. I'm Susan Messina, a member of the Minister Search Committee. We're all so grateful to all of you who participated in one of our 20 listening sessions. We heard a lot of things. And we also appreciate those of you who took the time to send us an email directly. You're still welcome to do that at search2026 at rruc.org. Your thoughts are helping us to shape the congregational record. I wish I could shape that one. Our congregational record is essentially our dating profile. It's what goes out publicly for ministerial search candidates to look and see if they would like to be here as our settled minister. In December, our congregational record will be made available to all the candidates for this year, who will review it along with records from all the other congregations that are looking. And in January, we will find out who is interested in us. We'll then start the process of reviewing applications, listening to sermons, and deciding whom to interview. So things are really moving along, and you'll continue to hear updates from us. One last thing. Please mark your calendar for Sunday, December 14th, next month, when after the service we will share a briefing on the results of the survey, as well as tell you about the themes that emerged from the listening sessions. No registration is required. Just grab some coffee and take a seat in the sanctuary after the service on December 14th. Thank you.
I have an audience participation announcement to make, and I'm hoping that you guys will help me, okay? Give me a V. B. Give me an A. A. Give me a D. D. Give me an S. S. What do you got? VADS. Okay, who knows what that is? All right. Volunteer. If you haven't noticed, the building is being turned upside down today to get ready for the bazaar, which happens next Saturday. More than 300 people will be helping to volunteer. It's not too late for you to sign up. If you are a family interested in volunteering, this is only for families, at 11:20 today upstairs in the RE office, there will be an orientation or a refresher if maybe you've forgotten how things work. It's just for families. So that's the V. The A, advertise. If you don't have a sign, if you're not telling your friends, if you're not posting it on Facebook, what is wrong with you? Advertise. The Bazaar is our biggest fundraiser of the year, and it helps us to do the programming that you enjoy here so much. Okay? What's the D for? Donate. You know you've got stuff sitting at home that you don't want anymore, and you've been holding on to it just so you could bring it in this week for it to be sold here at the Bazaar, and then you can have more money and have more stuff that you can buy here and take it home, and the process keeps going. So that's the S, shop. Shop until you drop. Make multiple trips. Come in, buy stuff, get your hands all full. When you realize you can't hold anymore, take it to your car, come back, buy more. So, give me a V. V. Give me an A. A. Give me a D. D. Give me an S. S. What's it spell? S. What are we gonna do? Yay!
We begin our time together by lighting our chalice, the chosen symbol of our faith, with these words by Paul Sprecher. We light this chalice to honor the memory of those who have come before us, kindling flames of wisdom in dark times, willing to challenge orthodoxy even at great personal risk, giving us a legacy of freedom and a love of truth, a legacy that warms our hearts and lights our paths.
rise in body or spirit as you are willing and able, and let's sing our opening hymn, Here We Have Gathered.
Good morning. I'm Laura Piervincenzi, Associate Director of Religious Education, and I have a story for you today. Begins with a quote. My connection with River Road is very important to me. I went through a very hard time when my husband died in 1957. The church really changed my life. It gave me self-confidence, and I became a different person through that job with the church. This is a quote from Muriel Davies that appeared in an article in UU World Magazine in 2006. The church she referred to is now known as River Road Unitarian Universalist Congregation. On November 19, 2006, River Road ordained Muriel Davies Minister Emerita on the occasion of her 100th birthday. 47 years earlier, Muriel had been instrumental in our founding. Muriel was married to Reverend A. Powell Davies, who served at All Souls Unitarian in D.C. from 1944 till his death in 1957, and was prominent in the rise of Unitarianism in the greater D.C. area. According to a written history of River Road by Joan Zenzen, Muriel was a considerable force in her own right, dedicated to Unitarian religious education. It was this dedication that positioned her to become the first staff person at River Road and the only staff member for 18 months. Ginger Luke, who was serving as Minister of Religious Education here when Muriel was ordained, said in that article in UU World that when Muriel suddenly became a widow at age 55, she had to reinvent herself. Others saw in Muriel what she didn't see in herself. They convinced her she had the skills to help form a new congregation. At first, she was doubtful she could do the job, but she accepted and she rapidly gained confidence. Muriel became the Director of Religious Education, a position she retained until 1970, leading nearly 500 children and youth. I love this story. It's inspiring. No one's life is a straight path. Unforeseen circumstances can open us to a road never before imagined. 3 years after becoming Minister Emerita, Muriel Davies died in 2009 at the age of 103. Our Award for Excellence in Religious Education is given each year in Muriel's name to those among us who reflect her dedication and passion. It's an honor to uphold her legacy in this way. May we all be courageous enough to reinvent ourselves when an opportunity presents itself, even if it's born from tragedy. I now invite children and teachers to their classrooms. Thank you.
I don't know what sound I'm using right now. My mic's on. Okay. Oh, friends, what a week. This shutdown continues, and the struggles that people are experiencing are just heartbreaking and mind-blowing. I spent most of last week traveling a couple of times on UU work. And over the last few days, I was in Charlotte doing a UU history event. And I was supposed to be back yesterday afternoon. I got back a few hours ago. The scenes in the Charlotte airport in particular were heartbreaking. And I had conversations with my Lyft driver, and I realized at that point, I mean, I knew this, but it really hit home what the ripple effect is. Really, really hit home when I thought about the taxi drivers and Lyft drivers who wouldn't have fares because trips are canceled. When I had a conversation with a worker in the airport who said, nobody's here to shop, so my little stand isn't getting business, so I don't have work. The special services people who were pushing me from gate to gate to gate to gate to gate as my flight was delayed and moved 5 times, who realized that they weren't getting the tips that they would ordinarily get. The woman who had spent 3 days traveling from Peru spent a day in Lima, a day in the Miami airport, and a day in the Charlotte airport, trying to get here to Dulles. I don't know if that was her final destination. We have people around us who are trying to decide whether to eat or keep the lights on. People who don't have the privilege of saying, oh, maybe I'll just cancel this little vacation because it's, do I have work to go to? TSA workers getting paychecks that say 0. It's hard right now. It is a giant ripple effect that is just reaching out to all of us. If you think that this is not affecting you, you're not paying attention. This is affecting every single one of us. Every one of us. And it is our obligation as an interconnected group of people to help one another through this, to be supportive, to pray for one another, to send good wishes, to check on your neighbors, to do whatever it is you do, to contribute in the way that you are able, whatever that way is. So this morning, As I was driving home from Dulles, an Audre Lorde poem came to my mind. It's called Love Maybe. Always in the middle of our bloodiest battles, you lay down your arms like flowering mines to conquer me home. Let love maybe conquer us home. Let love embrace us now. Let us remember our connections with one another. Let us return to our souls. Please join me now in a moment of silent meditation, reflection, and prayer, after which Jan will lead us in a song.
Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return to return to where you are, return to where you are, already born again. Return to where you are, return to where you are, return to where you are, already born again. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul.
May we all return again to love, the home of our soul.
In support of this congregation and the community beyond, the morning offering will be gratefully received. We do so mindful of the fact that we draw water from wells we did not dig and pick fruit from trees we did not plant. This is as it should be, so long as we dig and plant for those who come after. If this is your first time visiting, please feel free to let the plate pass you by. Your presence is your gift to us. To learn more about why we give of our financial treasure, you can check out our website at rruuc.org. There you can find information on our vibrant programs and all the ways to connect to the mission and vision of this community. You can also give right here on the main page by clicking the blue Give Online button. Right there, not right here. You can also text to give. The text to give number is 73256. So text RRUUC and the amount you'd like to give to the number 73256. You'll receive a link to complete your donation. Thank you for sharing your time, your talents, and your treasure.
Laura shared a little bit with you of the history and founding of River Road. And if you haven't read either of Joan's histories, the original and the second supplement, please visit the website and check them out. The information is heartwarming, important, and something that I think you should know as members of this community. And that's really kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Last week, you heard about bringing universalism to the Americas and the beginnings of the faith, and Laura alluded to the fact that All Souls in D.C. was grown by A. Powell Davies, and it got so big, Cedar Lane was formed, and then it got too big, and some folks came here and founded River Road. So you come from a rich history of Unitarianism in the DMV. And that's not all, right? It was a group of people who wanted to be together. So think about this on at that October 4th, 1959 first service. This is not a group of people who were waiting for perfect circumstances. These were people who had already helped build Cedar Lane, who'd already given to other congregations capital campaigns. Yet here they were in October of 1959, meeting in borrowed classrooms and negotiating with a Catholic school principal who, as Joan shares, says, "I just wish you weren't Unitarians." And dreaming of a church that was large enough but not too large. I was fascinated to read how time and again there was this desire not to grow too much. We want to stay a certain size. So what drew those folks here? What compelled these founders to create River Road? The documents tell us that they gathered around key themes that still resonate today. Unity and diversity, openness to the world, creative use of heritage, love of beauty and nature and human works, and above all, community. By holding hands where the walls would be at the 1964 groundbreaking for this building, Brad Patterson says we symbolized what our church would be, all of us together as a congregation. Now, I'm going to diverge a little bit from what I wrote. I do that a lot, if you haven't figured that out. You know the story of community. Many of you know the kinds of activities that have happened here. And I know how proud you are of this building. This is an amazing building. In 1966, it was named one of the 10 best buildings constructed anywhere in the world by the American Institute of Architects. The jury praised it as a handsomely unpretentious building which expresses the Unitarian philosophy with clarity and vigor. Earlier this year, this building was added to the National Register of Historic Places due to, or thanks to, some very, very hard work of Joan Zenzen, Joe Solunas, and John Hansman, and many others. So it was a recognition of its architectural significance and the vision of those who insisted on unity, openness, simplicity, and natural beauty in every design choice. From the irregular brick pattern behind the pulpit here that captures moving shadows throughout the service, to the glass leaf fossil wall in our fellowship hall that lets nature surround us, this building is a gift. I love this building, and believe me, I know you do too. I hear it all the time. We love our building. You can't walk around this building without imagining the love and creativity that was poured into every corner. And we do our best as members, friends, staff, and visitors to be good stewards of the building. But here's the truth that I need to really make sure we grasp this morning. This building, beautiful as it may be, renowned as it may be, is still just a building. River Road is not these walls. River Road is not that grand piano or the bell-less bell tower or even our place on the National Register. River Road is you. River Road is the people. It's all of you who have participated in social justice work over the years. It's those of you who have been in the choir for years. Those of you who have volunteered with our youth and doing religious education work and tending the grounds. That's River Road. River Road is creating space for intergenerational dialogue during the Vietnam War. It's sermons in clown makeup, and I am not going to be Joy Smith and give a sermon in clown makeup. I'm just letting you know now. It is when Reverend Bill Murray said, "I am a racist" from the pulpit, and invited people to work for change with him. It's all of those things. That's what River Road is. River Road is every person who's ever stood to light one of those candles or to share a spoken joy or sorrow. It is every child who attended one of Reverend Ginger Luke's RE classes and learned that they are worthy of love. River Road is every choir member rehearsing one of Cliff's new compositions, every volunteer who has sorted bazaar items, every person who has served at Shepherd's Table, every person who has marched for justice or witnessed for Black lives or simply shown up on a Sunday morning to be part of this community. When the bulldozers appeared in 1964, congregants fought with builders about cutting down trees. People tied ribbons around precious trees and said, "Over my dead body." The building mattered because it represented their values, their love of nature, their commitment to beauty, their vision of community. But again, what made River Road sacred wasn't the trees or the bricks. It was the people who cared enough to fight for them. It was the community that they were becoming together. Now, I wondered who was the first person to sign the book. Does anybody know? Come on, some of you long-timers, does anybody know? Milo Cooper. So the congregation held its first service on October 4th in 1959, and it created this Unitarian Center of Bethesda, Chevy Chase, established May 8th, 1959. River Road Unitarian Church, established November 6th, 1960, book. And the first person to sign this book as a member was Milo Cooper on November 8th, 1959. He and 41 others signed the book that day. And the next week, another 22 signed, and more the week after that. Adrian asked me about the book, where it is, what's in it, and I shared with him that's downstairs locked in the cabinet. And we were talking about whether folks understand what it means to be a member. The board's been thinking about this too. Members are people who sign the book and in doing so agree to be bound by the covenant that was first formed by those folks in 1959. That's what you are becoming part of. It doesn't mean you aren't welcome to participate in any other way, but the actual signing of the book is significant. So now we find ourselves in 2025. in a world that looks profoundly different from 1959. Our founders met in an era when joining institutions was what Americans did. Churches, civic organizations, and bowling leagues. Community was built through membership and regular attendance. Today, we face countervailing winds. Across America, more people identify as spiritual but not religious, seeking meaning on their own terms rather than through traditional religious structures. Unitarian Universalist congregations nationwide are seeing membership declines. Our median age is rising. Pledge income is tightening. These aren't just River Road challenges. They are the reality of American religious life in the 21st century. Now, some might look at these trends and despair, but remember this: Unitarian Universalism is a living tradition. Living tradition. It has survived and thrived through centuries precisely because we've never been afraid to evolve. We know that staying the same is stagnancy, and being stagnant means dying. Here's what hasn't changed. People still need each other, perhaps now more than ever. Yes, you can listen to inspiring talks online, you can meditate with an app, you can donate to justice causes from your phone, but you can't replicate what happens when we come together here. When children hear stories and internalize that they are worthy of love. When the choir's voices blend. When we light candles for our joys and sorrows and sing together. When we hold hands. When we volunteer. Or when we simply share coffee and conversation. Our founders understood that the congregation itself is not the end. It's not an end in and of itself. It's a means to living more fully, more justly, more connected to something larger than ourselves. That's why they built what they called an appropriate and functional setting for many different activities. That sounds so River Road. I love y'all, but that just sounds like you. This wasn't meant to be a Sunday morning only proposition, is the bottom line. Which brings us to the question that should wake us up at night. What legacy are we creating right now for the generations who will gather here 60, 70 years from now? In 1966, facing explosive growth, River Road made a controversial choice: to stay medium-sized rather than to grow and be a larger church so that it could prioritize personal touch and communication. And that decision shaped everything that followed. Some decisions sustained us, others, in hindsight, limited us. We're at another such inflection point. The path that's easy to take is the one that leads to nostalgia, trying to recreate what worked in 1959 or 1989. But our tradition calls us to something harder, to evolve while staying true to our core values. So how do we sustain and strengthen River Road for the next 66 years? We begin by being honest about what we're building and whom we are building it for. We need to meet people where they are, not where we wish they were. That may mean worship services that engage multiple generations differently, small group ministries that create intimate community within our larger whole, justice work that connects spirituality with collective action, digital engagement that complements rather than replaces face-to-face connection. We need to continue to invest in what matters most: excellent religious education that shapes young lives, music that moves the spirit, ministers and staff who can guide us through complexity, and a building that welcomes everyone, from the young parents seeking community, to the elders holding our institutional memory, to the person who is lost and just seeking connection. And we need to be wildly ambitious in our generosity. When our founders faced a $535,000 building cost, build a building today for $535,000, with only $162,000 pledged, they didn't shrink back. They adopted a pay-as-you-go model and trusted future members to carry the load forward. Each generation must do the same. Standing where we are today, we can look back at the years of River Road history and see a clear through line. This congregation has always been at its best when it was building something bigger than itself. When challenging injustice, creating sanctuary, tutoring children, or simply being a community that says, you belong here, it has thrived. You have thrived when you have served a purpose that goes beyond your own comfort. Yes, we should celebrate the addition of this space to the National Register. It is a remarkable achievement and a testament to those who came before us. We are waiting for an appropriate bronze plaque, which will be placed outside, and we will invite the community to come and celebrate with us. But let's never confuse the container with its contents. This building will stand or fall. What matters most is whether the community, the people of River Road, you will continue to gather, to grow, to challenge each other, to work for justice, and to create beloved community. So that if you end up back at Radnor Elementary or some other space, you will say, it's just a thing. We've been here before. We can do this. The founders who held hands around the perimeter of this building in 1964 are passing the rope to us now. 70 years from now, what will they say about us? That we maintained the status quo? Or that we evolved boldly, that we welcomed radically, that we gave generously, that we loved fiercely? The living tradition calls us forward. Let us answer with courage. May it be so.
That's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star
Thank you, choir. I love that song. Please join me in reading through our congregational covenant. I believe the words will be projected, maybe? No? Oh, there they are. Are you ready? Okay. River Road Unitarian Universalist Congregation affirms this covenant as a declaration of how we desire to be together. This covenant serves to guide our interactions as we engage with the world as it is and work towards shaping the world as it could be. We draw strength from our diversity and seek to form a beloved community through bonds of community, spirit, and service. We choose connection over isolation and support each other in our free and responsible search for truth and meaning. I intend to cultivate in myself openness to different viewpoints and approaches, joy and sense of humor, strength and the courage to act, curiosity about the world around me. I promise to be mindful and considerate in my communications and interactions by listening to understand rather than to judge or prove a point, expressing appreciation of others' efforts, taking responsibility for my actions, trusting that others have good intentions. I commit to sustaining this congregation by giving generously of myself and my resources, supporting and nurturing myself and others, showing gratitude for the blessings of being in community. Together, we pledge to fulfill and renew these promises, beginning again in love when we fall short, in order to nurture our spiritual growth, our congregation, and its larger vision. Now, with our covenant's expression of how we desire to be together in mind, we invite you to live out this faith out loud together here at River Road and out in the world with a few sample opportunities, one for each of our current expression of Unitarian Universalism's shared values. Justice. Get to know your elected officials. Practice reaching out to them as a person grounded in this tradition. Make your voices heard. Equity. Practice decentering dominant culture by learning about the needs and the dreams of your marginalized neighbors. Do you speak with your immigrant neighbors? Try it. Transformation. Nurture your own spiritual growth by signing up for a class. We heard several upcoming examples in our announcements at the beginning of today's service, and there are more on the way. Details for all of our programs and upcoming events can be found on our website at rruuc.org. Pluralism. Sign up for a Common Read discussion group. Social Change Now, a guide for reflection and connection by Deepa Iyer, invites Unitarian Universalists to grow more authentic, connected, and effective as individuals and communities as we pursue transformative justice together. Our diverse roles and perspectives are our strength. Interdependence. We are not an island. We belong to the wider community. Join me on November 20th at the brand new Montgomery County Pride Center right here in Bethesda for its Trans Day of Remembrance and Resilience. Registration is required, and there is a link on Realm and in the eWeekly. Generosity, time, talent, treasure, tenacity. Spend some time with Realm. Help each other to help each other. You may have noticed that the contents on Realm have been growing. You can expect an email update from me next week. Please read it. Participate in upcoming trainings and events. Chat with me about ways that you can be more involved in groups that you can join and service opportunities. And love. Get to know one another. Spend time together. I've been listening to your explicit and implicit desires for a depth of community experience. So stay tuned for programming to help you strengthen those bonds and to create new ones. Have real conversations. Love is our grounding and at the center of all that we profess to be. Let us live our faith. Make Unitarian Universalism real. We draw from wells we did not dig and pick fruit from trees we did not plant. This is as it should be, so long as we dig and plant for those who come after. We are the founders of tomorrow. For all the saints, let us live this faith with intention and integrity.
We extinguish our chalice by reciting together the words of Elizabeth Sell Jones. Together we say, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. To the floor.
Okay, now we're going to do communal singing. We're going to be singing Pass on the Light. In 2009, at our 50th anniversary, I was asked, with Jan's help, to write an anthem to sing. And what we're going to do this morning is the choir is going to sing through the first verse, and then we're all going to sing the first verse together and continue on with the second and third verse. You'll know when it's time to come in. I'll turn around and point at you.
What tiny star, still small and bright,
look around you, what you see are the dreams of your ancestors, the dreams of the founders of this congregation. Take another look around you. What you see are the ancestors for those who will be in this space in 70 years. May we live up to that legacy. Amen. Blessed be. Go in peace. Let the bazaar begin!